What's up and welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe, and not just that but also staying motivated and hustling towards your dreams, as I always like to encourage all of you guys. But at the same time, today I want to remind you of one thing, that it is realistically not possible to stay motivated every single day. And while I do talk about this a lot on my channel, I also want you to know that if you feel like your mental health or your health needs attention, if you just need to go into your own cocoon and space and introspect, then do that. Bring intentionality into your life. Take out time if you feel like you really need a break, and do not feel guilty about it, because it's completely fine. The other day I was thinking about this, that we always talk about hustle, 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 but then on days when we are not as productive, we actually try to be very hard on ourselves and try to blame ourselves, and then social media makes you feel all sorts of things, that everybody is living the best type of life but I'm not doing anything. And just know that the picture is not as rosy as it looks, and if you are feeling low, just take out time for yourself and focus on yourself. Success will come, but being happy in the moment is very important. And so this was just a small reminder that I wanted to share with my YouTube family today, because while I do want every single one of you to achieve your dreams, but I don't want to subconsciously pass on the message that without achieving those dreams that you've set for yourself, that you are not good enough. You are good enough just the way you are. And so those are my 2 cents for today. Now in today's video, I'm going to be talking about this segment of beauty pageants that I haven't spoken about until now. Ever since I started my YouTube channel, I've gotten so many comments and queries about this, and there are so many questions about the big topic SubContests. And so many of you have questions such as how important are they, how do we prepare for them, what impact they create on the overall result of the pageant, how do you prepare, what types of SubContests are there, how many are there, every pageant has different SubContests. And so in today's video, I'm going to be covering this topic. And so if this is something that you've been waiting for the longest time, then keep watching. It's going to be a long video. But before that, go down and click on the subscribe buttons if you haven't subscribed to my channel already. We're so close to 10,000. And also go follow me on my Instagram for more life updates of mine. And now let's dive into the video. Alright, so first things first, what are SubContests? So in a beauty pageant, SubContests are these child categories of contests that give you subtitles when you win those SubContests, and those are based on different segments and different skill sets that you require to stand out in a beauty pageant. So talent, walk, your skin, your fitness, your body, and all of these things, based on that, SubContests are created. Now in today's video, I'm going to be specifically talking about Miss India SubContest, because that is the pageant that I've experienced and that I can speak about with the most confidence. However, there are SubContests in every beauty pageant and you can look them up, but the basic idea behind the beauty pageant and the SubContest remains the same throughout every pageant. And so if you understand the essence of what I'm talking about today, you will be good to go for any pageant that you want to prepare for. Now let's talk about VLCC Femina Miss India 2020 and the SubContests that were organized and conducted as a part of the online pageant that happened this year. Now these SubContests, a few of them were similar to what we had in 2019, while some of them were quite different, and so I'm going to be talking about the differences and the similarities as well. The number one SubContest that I'm going to be talking about is the Roposo Shining Star SubContest. Now Roposo was the online app and platform on which the entire pageant was conducted. That is the online segment of it. And this SubContest, the winner of this contest was decided based on popularity. And so that majorly happened through voting on the online app. Now in our year, that is in 2019, we also had a Shining Star SubContest, but during our year, the approach to winning it was not based on online voting or popularity. Instead, the Shining Star was the one with the most versatile extracurricular portfolio, if you can say that. And so a set of number of contestants were shortlisted and they had to submit their extracurricular certificates and everything that they participated in, since school and college. And the one person who had the most versatility was the one who had ended up winning the SubContest. Now here you may have a question as to how important is it to win these SubContests and how exactly do you prepare. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to talk about all the SubContests, and towards the end of the video I'm going to tell you what should be your approach towards SubContests and whether or not they make a direct impact on the overall result. Now the second SubContest that I want to mention is Miss Photogenic. I think the name itself is pretty explanatory. Now what they do for this SubContest is based on your official photo shoots, that is your glam shoot and your resort wear shoot, which are happening every single year for the contestants. So there are 2 basically official headshots that come out, and based on those pictures and what they've seen of the contestants, say online or offline, they decide which contestant seems to be the most photogenic, and has the best model face. And so that contestant ends up winning the sub-contest. The third sub-contest that happened in the year of 2020 was the NMR Athleisure Miss Fit and Fab. Now here they were actually testing your fitness levels and how much you worked out in the gym and how much weights you can lift. And basically it's just a set of fun activities that they have inserted and spread out throughout the duration of the pageant. Now in 2019 we did not have Fit and Fab, but we had Miss Iron Maiden, where we had to do bench press and we had to do one or two more things. For example, how long can you hold a plank, how many push-ups you can do, and things like that. Whereas in the online segment of the pageant, that is this year in 2020, because it wasn't offline, contestants had submitted videos of doing planks, push-ups, yoga, whatever their fitness routine is, and based on that the top 5 were shortlisted and then a winner was announced, and Khushi Mishra had ended up winning this sub-contest. Now here I want to mention one thing is that you will notice that in front of the title of a lot of the sub-contests there are the sponsor names, that is NMR and High Life and Freakins and VLCC, that is the title sponsor this year. And so what exactly sub-contests are in a beauty pageant is that not just to make the beauty pageant more fun and interesting, but sub-contests are also a way to promote the sponsors. So what happened in 2019 and as well as the offline segment of 2020, you will see that there are episodes of Miss India. And so during the sub-contests that are held, there are standees in the background which have the banners of the sponsors on top of them. So as a pageant, it's not just a competition, but it's also a business. And so this is how the sponsors that have sponsored the beauty pageant get their own promotion and publicity, and which is why you have a lot of sponsor events and tasks as contestants as well. The next sub-contest is the Freakins Miss Fashion Icon sub-contest. Now we also had a Miss Fashion Icon sub-contest back in 2019, and I'll tell you what the differences are. So in 2019, they basically looked at all the outfits and the wardrobe and styling and the looks that you have pulled off during the course of the pageant until the sub-contest was held, and based on that a certain number of contestants were shortlisted, which is why Miss India keeps posting on Instagram that these were the looks that the girls had. This was their arrival outfit, this was their airport outfit, and all of those things. And during the course of the pageant, you are actually told that the thing that you wear today is going to be considered for that sub-contest. And so you have to, save some outfits that you want to use to get shortlisted for Miss Fashion Icon. And once you are shortlisted, then we had a separate sub-contest organized separately, and then we wore the outfits that we had planned and prepared for that sub-contest alone. For example, I had worn a olive green, mehendi green ruffle sari, and you also have to explain why you worn that, how it showcases your personality and the reasoning behind it. And based on the scores of your outfit, your presentation and your reasoning behind it, you end up winning the Fashion Icon sub-contest. However, in 2020, Freakins was the sponsor for the Miss Fashion Icon sub-contest, and because the pageant was being conducted online, and so all the contestants were sent a bunch of wardrobe items from Freakins. Some were sent jeans and tops and denim skirts and a bunch of items, and they all had to create a very cool, interesting, fun transition video like we all see Instagram reels these days. And so the contestants had posted that, and the one with the most creative and best output had finally ended up winning. And so I think by now you all understand how sub-contests work. One, your main agenda behind winning the sub-contest is also how well you showcase the sponsor, because the sponsor is going to be one of the judges of that sub-contest. And at the same time, you will also see the difference how offline sub-contests were conducted versus online. And so the pageant has adapted to the needs of the era, and so that is why certain sub-contests were conducted, certain were not, and the approach and the format had also changed. Another sponsor during the 2020 pageant was High Life, and so we also had a High Life Miss Lifestyle sub-contest. During the sub-contest, what happened is the contestants were quizzed over a variety of topics such as global fashion, luxury, and the trends that are going on in the fashion industry. And one tip that I would give you here would be just read up on the brand and read up on the client and just see what is the message that they want to surround the customers with, and maybe that could be a part of the quiz. Now, I have not personally seen the quiz that was given to the contestants, but this was just another sub-contest, and based on the quiz results, the top 10 contestants were shortlisted, and then they got to interact with a set of panelists who then ranked them according to their performance, and the winner obviously ended up winning the subtitle. The next sub-contest that was conducted was the Dental Roots Miss Beautiful Smile. Again, the name itself is pretty explanatory. However, in 2019, we had Rajnikanda Miss Beautiful Smile. So the only difference here was that the sponsor had changed. Now, you may ask here, how do you end up winning the Miss Beautiful Smile sub-contest? And from 2019, what I remember is that the client Rajnikanda, who was also the sponsor of the sub-contest, had actually spoken to us about this. And I actually felt really nice the way he had explained what they are actually looking for in a beautiful smile. And so the factors that were included were how real it is. So number one thing, when you are smiling from your heart, it's gonna reach your eyes as well. And so when you smile, it also like your eyes become smaller, if I can explain it like that. Or there is one more way of smiling, and just look at my face right now. If I wasn't giving a real smile and if it was very fake, I'm sure you can all tell. So see, my eyes are dead. And so that is number one. Whenever you are smiling, you have to smile from your heart. The other thing is how even and level your teeth are. And the lip to teeth ratio, the length and width. Now, this is something that it is not entirely in our controls, but again, it's a beauty pageant. And which is why I've always said this: if you need dental treatment, if you feel that getting a treatment or fixing your teeth will make you feel more confident about your smile, do that, because it's going to help you overall in the pageant, and especially when it comes to this sub-contest. The next sub-contest is the Miss Rampwork, and this time the sponsor was Times. Now this one is a very important sub-contest. By the name itself, it's pretty explanatory. They're going to look at your Rampwork skills. And so because the pageant was online this year, contestants had to submit a video, whereas in 2019, we all actually walked on the ramp in front of a panel of judges. And so obviously the contestant with the best Rampwork ends up winning this sub-contest. Now it has been noticed that if you are shortlisted to top 3, top 5, or you end up winning Miss Rampwork sub-contest, there is a high chance you will be in the top, or you may even win the whole beauty pageant, because that's what we've noticed in 2019 and 2020. Both Suman and Mansa were winners of the Miss Rampwork sub-contest. Now, another sponsor of the Miss India beauty pageant every year is the Bennett University. So in 2019, we had a whole sports day conducted around that, and based on that, there were a few subtitles given away, such as Miss Top Spin, which I won. Similarly, we had basketball and badminton and a few other sports in which subtitles were given away. Whereas this year, because the pageant was online and they couldn't really conduct a sports day, so we had two sub-contests, that is Miss IQ and Miss Suruku. Now, Miss Suruku obviously had a Suruku given to the contestants. Miss IQ again would have been a very generic IQ test, and based on the performance and your score in that quiz paper, the contestants were given those subtitles. And so these are just a few more fun activities sprinkled into the beauty pageant duration. One thing to note here is that some of the sub-contests that I'm going to be talking about today happened during the online segment of the pageant, whereas some only happened during the offline segment. And so one of the sub-contests that happened just for the top 15 state winners was the VLCC Miss Holistic Health, where the top 15 state winners actually gave a visit to one of the VLCC wellness centers, and there they were judged based on flexibility, their posture, their body composition analysis, and so their overall health was judged and measured, and the one that ranked the best there was the winner of the sub-contest. A few more similar sub-contests that are held during the course of the beauty pageant are Miss Body Beautiful, which we had in 2019 but not in 2020 as far as I know, and another one is Miss Beautiful Skin. Again, having good skin is so important in a beauty pageant, and so based on the sponsors that they have every year, these two sub-contests are also conducted. Now for Body Beautiful, if you're gonna ask how do we end up winning this, so what they are actually looking for in Body Beautiful is the right ratio and proportion of the bodies. So having a curving body or having a super lean body, neither of them is going to, I think, win the sub-contest. It's important to have a right balance. So if you have that type of body type, there are very high chances that you will win this sub-contest. And for Beautiful Skin, again, they're going to be looking for how hydrated your skin is, how clear it is, how much it glows from within, and the overall texture and elasticity of your skin. And so having a good skincare regime is very important, and also eat healthy and drink a lot of water, because that's going to reflect on your skin as well. Now coming to two of the most important sub-contests in the Miss India beauty pageant. The first one being Beauty with a Purpose. Now what happened in 2019 is that based on the Bebac project that all of the contestants had been working on their own, we first got top 10 contestants shortlisted based on everything that you've so far posted about your project on social media, and they also send you a form which asks you certain details in a template form about your project, which you have to fill out. For example, what is the name of your project, what is the location, how many team members do you have, what is the objective statement, what is the mission statement, what is the vision, what are your future plans, and all of those things. And once you submit that form, you get shortlisted to top 10. After that, the top 10 contestants had a Bebac presentation in front of a huge panel of judges. And based on that, you again got shortlisted and you went to round 2, where again you present the same project. And based on those two presentations and based on those two panels of judges, the winner of the sub-contest was decided, which was Lakshmi Menon last year. Now in 2020, the format for this sub-contest was entirely changed, and instead of presenting your own Bebac project, the target that was given to the contestants was that the person who raises the highest funds for the keto campaign, which again happens every year, and this year the target was 3 lakhs, and the person who raises the largest amount of funds will end up winning that Bebac sub-contest. The great part about the sub-contest is that if you win the Bebac subtitle, then you do get a direct entry into the top 12 or top 15 this year of the finale of the Miss India Beauty Pageant. And the winner this year was Karuna, who raised a huge amount of 10.3 or 10.5 lakhs, which is a huge amount. And so that is how she ended up winning the Bebac sub-contest. Now the next sub-contest, which is equally important, is the Miss Multimedia sub-contest. Now in 2019, Siddhi Gupta won that sub-contest, and this I've spoken about before in one of my social media and beauty pageant videos, which I will link over here if you haven't watched that already. Social media plays such a huge role in beauty pageants and winning it as well, because you are also being a public figure, you are promoting the pageant organization, and you have to be equally active and engage with your audience on multiple platforms, that is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even Roposo this year. And so this was the long list of sub-contests that were conducted in the Miss India Beauty Pageant during the year 2020 and some in 2020. And if not exhaustive, I hope this list did give you a fairly good idea of how sub-contests are conducted, why they are conducted, because sponsors, and the approach to winning them is what I'm going to be telling you now. So the most important sub-contests that you should be focusing on, that you really do have control over winning, are the Miss Rampwork, the Miss Fashion Icon, Miss Photogenic. Please do practice modeling in front of a camera. That will really help. But then again, Miss Photogenic is not something that you can entirely control. Some people just really have a photogenic face. But your fashion icon contest, that depends on your wardrobe. So put a lot of effort into styling. Ramp walk, practice, practice, practice. Body beautiful, beautiful skin. These are things that you can work upon, work out daily, eat right, drink a lot of water. Your beauty with a purpose. Work on your project, Miss Multimedia, put a lot of effort into social media, learn how to engage with your audience. These are sub-contests and titles that are a reflection of your caliber and your skill set that is required for the beauty pageant. Now there are other sub-contests such as Miss IQ, Miss Suruku, Miss Beautiful Smile. There are sub-contests, just understand from the names that there are contests that you cannot win, because those are things that are not entirely in your control. If you have a certain smile, if you have certain eyes. Miss Beautiful Eyes, another sub-contest that was conducted during 2019. Now the winner was either Megha or Sanjana, I can't recall right now, but they have grey, green, silver eyes and we don't. So that is not something that you can control. If someone's eye color is different or if someone's smile is just way prettier than yours, you cannot entirely change the way you look. But there are sub-contests where you can put in a lot of hard work and try to win it. But now what is important is not how many sub-contests you ended up winning. What is important to remember is try to get shortlisted to top 5, top 10, whatever it is, in every sub-contest. Try to be on the top shortlisted and try to get noticed. Even if you don't win, it's fine. You just have to be equally good in all segments of a pageant to win. So it's the overall performance and not score based. Basically, sub-contests do not really add up to any score that directly impacts the result of the pageant, but they do help you in getting noticed from the organization, from the judges, and also on social media from other audience who makes a lot of prediction videos. And so basically you have to approach sub-contests with a very subjective approach and not worry about every single point or every single subtitle that you are losing out on. You just have to give your best performance in every sub-contest that you're getting into. And so with that being said, we've finally come to an end on today's video. I've tried to cover as much information as possible about sub-contests and subtitles, their importance, and yada yada yada. All the questions that you guys have been asking me for the longest time. So I really hope you guys found this video super helpful. If you still have any queries about any other sub-contest or subtitle that I may have missed out and you want some tips on how to approach it, then just leave them in the comment section below. I always try to reply to as many comments as possible and also make videos based on your feedback and suggestions as well. I love you guys so much and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye bye. The basic idea between, if you understand what I'm talking. Take 5. Alright, so first things for take 2. This was based on take 2. We'll wait for the Pani guy to go. Promotion and club. So some sub-contests happened during the online where all top 30 contestants, 31.